Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Alafia, welcome to the I Ask Yeyefini Show. I am so excited today. Today, I welcome each and every one of you who have taken time out of your busy schedule to join me again on my fabulous show, Ask Yeyefini. Ask Yeyefini Show is a place where I share some of the things that I use and I do and are important to me to help everyone, as my motto says. I like to empower the people to empower themselves and use this empowerment to change the world. Today, I am so excited. Today, we have Her Royal Highness of Ile-Ife, Nigeria, the Olori Wuraola Zinab Otiti Ogunwusi. I am so excited because this show is going to give us insight on all things royal and all things Olokun. It's going to give us an opportunity to find some of the deeper meaning of spirit and heritage and Olodumare, as well as, of course, finding this time of the year. We are getting ready to culminate the new year, this year, and bring in the new year. And so the Queen, the Olori Wuraola Otiti Ogunwusi, is going to share with us her passion, her love, her commitment, her dedication to her heritage. And so, without further ado, I am going to give you some of her background. She's a beautiful, inside and out, amazing incarnation of Olokun. She walks and breathes that shrine. Our guest, her work, and what I'm interested in sharing with you, I know very little about it, but a lot about it. Her work that she does to inspire young women and girls in changing not only Ile-Ife, but the world. She's effortlessly beautiful and highly intelligent. The Olori has shown time and time again a love and passion for humanitarian and philanthropic initiatives aimed at helping children, women, and young people to lead healthy and productive lives. Even though she has no political power as the wife of the highest monarch of Yoruba land, the Ooni of Ife, His Royal Imperial Majesty, the Olori Wuraola has set up the Queen of Ile-Ife Foundation, an organization that focuses on education, cultural development, poverty, healthcare and intervention, and enterprise empowerment. Through this foundation, one can see she has positively touched the lives of many. The Olori is a highly educated woman. After graduating from the European School of Economics, she later went on to establish her career as a real estate developer and investor involved in developing both in the Middle East and in Africa. Let's welcome Her Royal Highness of Ile-Ife, Nigeria, the Olori Wuraola Zinab Otiti Ogunwusi. Welcome to our show. We are going to, as the introduction, we are going to play this beautiful song that was created with much love for our queen.
Like a sleep, sweeter than the lightning, shining like the moon. I was the queen of the soul, the goddess of love. You are the fire.
Brave like the lion, radiant like the sun. Welcome to our show, my dear, wonderful, beautiful Yeyelua.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Well, I spoke a little bit about some of your background, your educational background, and the things that you're passionate about. Speak to us, please, on the importance of this time, the things that you're doing right now in Yeyefini. Speak to that and let everyone in the world know the important role that you play in sharing our heritage with the world.
Thank you. At the moment, there's so much going on in the world. I'm sure everyone knows that. And I think it can never be any time such as now in history. And being a queen at this time, I think it's very important that I believe that too. And Yeyefini as the cradle of civilization, and it's called as such for a purpose because humanity started from here. And that's the species very much, and that's the fact. And in time, everyone will come to realize that. And there's so much we want you to do in terms of turning this place into third heritage site in the world. And when people talk about African religion, African tradition, they have to come to the source because everything is here. And His Majesty and myself, we've done quite a lot of things in terms of bringing people to know Yeyefini for what it is. It's not a day's job, but it's a difficult task, but I think we're destined for it, so that's all we have to do.
Ashe. And the passion that you and the generosity that you and His Majesty has speaks volumes to that in the work that you're doing. Because I personally witnessed when I was there, I had the opportunity to go along with you and a group of other people to a school for orphans. Can you speak to exactly what has happened since then, that first visit that we had?
So, can you come again?
The visit that we had to the orphanage, that was so impactful in the amount, the things, the generous gifts that you gave, and the difference that you made in their lives. I was wondering exactly what has happened, and have you expanded that, the opportunity for sharing at the heritage home for those children?
Yes, of course. We have a foundation. I set up the Queen of Nature Foundation, which we eventually merged with His Majesty's foundation, because the House of Ojibwa Foundation. And under it, we have quite a lot of initiatives. We have the orphanage project, and that's about removing orphans from helping the children and giving them basic amenities. And then we have forward. And this is about women. It's about training them on skills and having them empowered right after they learn different skills. It could be soap making, it could be tie and dye fabric, share buttons, a couple of other things. And it's about getting those women empowered right after they learn the skills. And then we have the cultural heritage, which we tend to do a lot of cultural exchanges with different parts of the world. And there's a couple of other things. We have the youth empowerment. Empowerment falls under the foundation. And it's about unifying mankind.
Oh, wow, that is awesome. Awesome. I am really, I was so moved when we went there and we saw a baby that was like 6 weeks old, and we saw graduates that had lived at that orphanage. So that was very, very impactful. And so one of the things that I would like to ask you now is your vision and your passion and your love for Olokun. Why is that important? And I'm jumping straight into Olokun because I know that you are an expression, an incarnation, and the presence of Olokun. Why Olokun? I have my own take on Olokun and the reason that we need to focus this time of the year as we close out the year, the last 2 months. This is an opportunity for us to remind ourselves that love and forgiveness are the tools we need to overcome the feelings of fear, insecurity, anger that disconnects us from our share, from our power. And so we all have our share, we all have power, we all have purpose and light as extensions of the Creator. And so Olokun, who is, of course, the water, the essence, the energy that we all come from. We spend 9 months in water before we are born. The first expression of the divine. There are 4 elements: air, water, fire, and earth. And so one of the expressions, one of the parts of nature that we connect to as Orisha, as source, is of course water. Speak to us to the importance of us honoring Olokun, and if there are any events and things that perhaps the world need to know and come to, in as much as Yeyefini is the source and Olokun is our mother. Please speak to us to that. So I'm jumping straight into Olokun.
Thank you. Olokun, she's the orator who most represents the transformative power of most all the origins and all. And we all drink water, we take our plants water, our bodies, so we take our bodies water. And I think anyone who drinks reverence water, that's how we put it person. Olokun, the word Olokun means owner of the sea. And I believe that much of the healing of African people who were victims or who died during the Freedom Passage must take place at the shores of the sea. And I decided that because Olokun is a deity that I hate to use the word after my heart because I hear people say, oh, she's a reincarnation of Olokun. Because I have stories to tell about my life, and perhaps this is not the right time, but someday I will be able to.
This is the time.
The owner of all waters. She's the owner of all waters, and that's a deity that I believe that everyone who wants healing, who wants everything, material benefits and every other aspect of life, they must worship Olokun. But we don't care much Next year,
Yeah.
we are rebranding the festival for people to come all over the world. We have it open and then we want to do a whole lot of initiation into Olokun. So people can recognize that this is a very powerful energy. Everything about Olokun represents healing, represents so much abundance, material abundance and spiritual abundance. So I believe that this is a deity that people must recognize. If they drink water, if they use water for anything, this is a deity that must be recognized. And so I believe that by talking about it at this point, there can never be any time such as now. And I think there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this time. And I feel actually I feel very honored that I am to be able to talk about Olokun at this time.
Yes, thank you so much. I am so happy for the fact that we're going to have a festival for Olokun in 2017 and initiations into Olokun, because the transatlantic slave trade, or as we call it, the Maafa, we did not have that particular Orisha brought to where the religion or the practice of traditional African spirituality that later was termed Lukumi, in that Olokun was, from what I know, was not one of the Orisha or the energies that people were initiated directly. Now, if it was in before the 1930s, I don't know about that. But from what I was told by my teachers is that Olokun is one of the Orishas that you don't initiate directly. And I know in Africa it is. And so I am excited about that, because we have people who are get readings or spiritual consultations, and they're told that they're the children of Olokun, and they have to be initiated into Yemanja, and which is fine, but I think that if there is a way and a system, why circumvent having that particular power if that is in fact who your Orisha is? And so I am very, 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 very happy about this, in that Olokun being the energy, the Orisha that we left in the transatlantic enslavement, or the expression known as prisoners of war, was from the sea. And the bottom of the ocean, her home is filled with the pain, with the carriage, with the joy, with the fulfillment that we made it to shore, and today we are still honoring Orisha. That speaks volume. And as Her Majesty just stated, that this is, of course, the place for us to begin the healing. It has to be, because some of the things that we see, the imbalance that's going on, not only in the African descendants of Africa, but throughout the world, the need for healing, the need to come back to recognize that peace, love, brotherhood, harmony is the place where we truly live. As I said earlier, when we are in our mother's wombs, that is a place that we are not judged. We don't know if we're ugly, if we're pretty, if we're tall, if we're smart. We're just loved. We're just loved. And like all waters are always running back to the sea. And just like us, we are always running back to the ocean, to the water, for us to heal from the things that once we were born, we met here in this expression called life, or human being, or human flesh. The things that we found that made us feel insecure, frightened, believing that we were not good enough, all of those things, we're always trying to find home, going back to mama, going back to that place that we felt wholly, completely loved and nurtured. And so Olokun, that is our mother. That is where we have to go as human beings. That is where we have to go as individuals. That's where we have to go as nations, is to find the place that, in spite of all of the chaos that's going on, everyone is seeking the healing to find peace. And without that, we're not going to be able to find it. Without the healing that it requires, that we should find. So all cultures that have a connection to nurture, to nature, understand the need for the rhythm of life to continue in the way that the Orisha has it, which is connecting to the elements. So connecting to fire when there's need for fire, connecting to air when we need air, but connecting to water is to shape us into who it is that we want to become, who it is that we have the potential to become. So I am so excited about this. And do you have approximately a date? Is it in the summer? Is it in the spring, so that people who are interested in going can start making their plans and making their connections? Is there a time frame for this, please?
Yeah, it's in April.
Great.
Especially like during April. And we're waiting to come up with a specific date in April. Right, it's in April. And when I heard this, that I believe in destiny, and I believe that things don't happen at this stage. I feel Olokun wasn't left behind. Because you can't leave the destiny behind. They are with you all the way. So that because the idea of the kingdom of Olokun lies on two secrets. And so I think that known as a deity that is being celebrated all over the world because it just wasn't time. As a mother allowed the child to prosper. The mother would take the planet just to allow a child to shine. So I believe that Olokun wasn't left behind during transatlantic slave trade, but Olokun, knowing Olokun to be the keeper of secret, it also holds the keys to the mysteries about the history of the transatlantic passage, and in which lies the ancestral links about the millions of captive Africans who were lost during entering the kingdom of Olokun. And that is the kingdom that holds held on of secret. So I believe that the time is now. It wasn't meant to be before. It was meant to be now. And we are having, and this is happening now because everyone needs to recognize that this is a chance for healing, and that we all need to go through all those things that we went through as Africans, as indigenous Africans and African Americans. We all need to go through all that because we needed to learn something from it. We all needed to come out from the other side stronger. I think that's the point we are now. So we are having this festival, and during the period, we want to get a whole lot of initiations from newcomers into Olokun, a whole lot of people. And you can tell in the IFA mythology that we have quite a whole lot of things that talks about when you say IFA Olokun Asoro Dayo. So it's a must that a whole lot of people are part of the water energy that they have to receive Olokun. And you just mentioned that people with the patches, they really don't receive Olokun. But in Africa, the indigenous Africa in Nigeria, which is just Olokun, it's very, very important that for people to have stability in their life, for people to have things to go the way they want it to go, they have to initiate Olokun. They have to be part of the initiation. So we are doing. And that's why we want to take it global, that people from the diaspora who practice African religion, who really want to know more things about it, that they all come from this festival, they could get initiated and all that. So we're looking forward to April being a big one.
That's it. Thank you so much. So it's in April. And that's very, very powerful what you're saying, that it is just the timing. I never thought about it as that. And that's why I love having these shows, because I am always learning new things. And that your approach to it is wonderful. That Olokun, being the energy of mystery and secrets, held the secret and know that this is the perfect time for us. Olokun saw it, was part of it, witnessed it, and now is making it a time when it's needed and the focus of the entire world can be brought upon it. So that was very powerful. That was very, very powerful indeed for us to to know and to learn that aspect of it, that nothing happens by chance. This was ordained divine ordination, that Olokun saw all of this, and now when Olokun comes in, we can feel the impact of the difference of having a time when we did not honor and did not know globally the power and the essence of the healing of our Divine Mother. That was very, very powerful. So April, for those of you who are planning to come, I definitely will be taking a pilgrimage, just like we're doing a pilgrimage in January that Obatala lives. We will definitely be having a pilgrimage to Olokun in April. So look to my Facebook and in my newsletters coming out for dates and times. So get your things ready. There are a couple of questions. There are a few questions being asked in the chat room. Can we ask some questions at this time, Your Highness?
Please, fine.
What is the meaning of your name? Someone asked.
Uraula means precious gold.
Wura Ola means precious gold.
Yeah, it means precious gold.
And was that name the name that you were born with, or is that a part of your title?
That's not part of my title. That was a name given to me by the king shortly before we got married, and that's simply because already I had a name that was, if you have to try, that meant gold. And when he was asked to translate gold to Yoruba, and that's actually the name to call me. And it turned out that was also his mother's name.
Wow.
So it was a beautiful coincidence, and yeah.
Yes, that was no coincidence that your name is the same name, Beautiful Gold. The same name that his mother had. That was beautiful, that the king gave, when he asked your name, it was the same name as his mother. Nothing is by coincidence. That is by divine design. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We have another question. Someone said you look so beautiful in white. Do you always wear it, and is it required, or is it a choice for you by spirit?
Brown white is very spiritual for me because it's something that I have to wear. But years before now, I have struggled with it because I love colors and I wanted to be able to wear other colors, but it didn't go well with me because I'm a very spiritual person and everything that I do has to be directed by my spirit. So I knew at some point that I had to start wearing white. So, and this all happened long before I got married to His Majesty. So I took to white, and that was all I could wear.
Wow, that's powerful. So when you started wearing white, you said that your spirit, your own energy said, even though you love color, to wear white because that's when you felt centered. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because my spirit said you have to always wear white. And even though, like I said, I love other colors, I just wasn't comfortable wearing them because wearing white is very spiritual for me. I love white, it's a beautiful color, but it's also very difficult to do. But I don't have a choice, so I try to make it work.
Okay, yes. Well, you look beautiful in it. Every time you have on white and I see you, or I see your photos, or I see you in person, it's just unbelievably beautiful. So your spirit chose exactly to embellish not only yourself, but to share your light. Because when you walk into a room with your white, it's just like you illuminate, and every inch of anything of that is negative or dark or unseen is cleared up, and it just comes to life. It is just amazing. It is really, really beautiful. And so there, thank you so much for sharing that. Someone asked a question, when you walk with the king, with the Ani, is there a specific position you must maintain? And if so, why?
I always have to stand by to his left side, and that's tradition. I remember when we got married, I didn't know this. On the first day we stepped out together, I was turning to his right, and that's simply because he wanted to be able to hold my hand too in public, because he said, I don't mind, I want to be able to hold your hand in public, but tradition demands that I stand to his left, and so we'll get that. I mean, you have to always follow tradition. There are reasons to this.
Okay, wow. Thank you very much. So the tradition is that you will walk. He wanted to walk and have his hands free to be to hold your hand, but but the way that you explain it is that he has to hold his staff, and so you walk on that side. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
because he's left-handed, and I have to stand to his left, so there was no way
Okay.
he could hold my hand, because I can stay to his right, and that's the only hand that is free, so I had to always, so I had to give that up, so that's a sacrifice, not having my husband hold my hand to public.
Okay,
It's
okay.
tradition, we must always honor tradition.
Always honor tradition. I love that. I love that. So the sacrifice of him not holding your hand, then that's something that, well, I'm sure that he holds your hand when you're in private, so it's all good.
That's true.
Someone asked, someone asked, what is the role of the Oni's wife spiritually, culturally, and historically? Do you have a role as the queen that is assigned to you or is expected of you?
For every, I have a title that's called Yeyelua, and Yeyelua means it's like a mother of all, you know, and that's the title given to every first wife of the Oni of Ife, and she also has a whole lot of, she has to play a lot of roles as the first wife of the Oni of Ife, and as we all know, the Oni of Ife is not just a regular king. There's a reason why it's called Onirisha. Onirisha means it's more like he's a deity in human form. And so for every first wife of the Oni of Ife, she has a very spiritual role that she plays in his life and in the kingdom as well. So and so I know that my roles are so much, but I can't say a whole lot of it now. But you know, it's destiny, and you can ask why you are placed in a certain position. But I feel that our lives are already predestined. We are just throwing the line, and I feel that I'm in this position for a reason. I was born to be here, so it's not a mistake. The spirit, my ancestors, on whose shoulders that I rest upon, makes all this happen. God is my creator, for those married, he saw that this is where I would end up. And he created me, and everything is like equipping the cow for a journey that they will have to go to. So I believe that I was equipped for this role. So, and I'm grateful.
Ashe, thank you so much. And I believe that, and we are all honored and grateful as well that your ancestors saw fit that you were well taken care of and that the position and the responsibility was handed down to someone and passed on to someone who is very passionate, who is very loving, who is very generous, very spiritually grounded. And that is what we need at this time. And the Oni Orisha, who is God on earth, would only have as the Yeyelua someone of that magnitude, someone of that capacity. And so for that, we are honored and see the mastery of our ancestors, the mastery of the Creator, to know that everything is in divine order, everything is in divine orchestration. Could you share one of the stories that you said that you had on Olokun for those of us who are interested to hear a story about Olokun that yourself experience that you had with facing Olokun?
I have always been a child of Olokun. If I have to use that word, right? I've also had people who say to me, you don't say you are a that. You are local, a reincarnation of a local. And, we always, I try to be honest about things, about how I look at life in general. I've had experiences that I knew that this is a path that I must go on, and I have a responsibility, like coming back to the world. I remember before I got married to my husband and the kids, and then it said to me, when we had to live in a different timeline, we must continue. That Olokun was the wife of Ojukwu, and she's being a reincarnate of Ojukwu, that she is a reincarnate of Olokun, so we must continue. And that was the beginning of us planning to be married. And I thought, oh, this is just another. But looking back, I know very well. I know how spiritual that I am. I know my connection to my spirituality. So I actually know this is not true. And the thing is, it was not true. But the truth is, I don't spearhead the movement of Olokun. I don't believe anyone would. And I think that this is a time in history. There's a reason that it is now, and I have to do it. Because I have a strong, people woke up and started saying, these were spiritual people too. Some of them they woke up and then they started calling me Yeyefini. They started calling me Olokun of our time, Olokun reincarnate. And this was even before I decided that I wanted to, it was in my head that I have to spearhead the movement of globalizing the local. But I had not spoken it out. But they started calling me all this. And that's simply because they could see what a whole lot of people couldn't. And I know myself, I know a whole lot of experiences that I have. I might not be very long out here, but in the future, I think probably will write a book. Who knows? And, and so I feel that I have a responsibility to do this, to make people know what local is, to bring people to this energy, to heal them. And if I don't do it, it's only something that should be dispensing. And so I feel this is now, and I feel strongly about it.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, because the passion that you have and the dedication that you have for globalizing our heritage and letting us recognize the power and the strength and the healing that Olokun offers. I think that is beyond explanation. As you said, people felt your energy, they saw your essence, and it would make sense that the Oni would say to you that you are the expression of Olokun, because if he is the Oni, then of course Oduduwa, he's the incarnation of Oduduwa, then his wife would be Olokun. And in bringing that forth, that is, just as you were saying earlier, it's just timing. It's just timing now. So the responsibilities that you have, as the question was asked, is just to follow your spirit and to be passionate. And for that we are very grateful, because this is the first time that I know in my generation that I've heard of us having a global festival for Olokun that's going to bring healing, that's going to bring mystery, that's going to bring wealth, the potential for us to link together the wealth that we have throughout the world and bringing it together to share and to expand and to make a difference and to leave something of value to our children. Because as human beings, the African descendant from Yeyefini, we are magnificent, brilliant people. So when we come together to create and to embellish and to awaken and to infuse ourselves into the power of Olokun, this is going to be, it's going to just take on like wildfire, where one group will feel it and then embrace it on another level, and another group will feel it, and we'll continue. And globally, we'll be able to make this healing, because when we are disconnected through fear and anger, and that it infuses in everything that we do. And so when we're bringing healing, is the same way in the opposite direction. If we're bringing this global healing bit by bit, little by little, it's going to change the world. I really believe that we are now, it is time for us to see as a whole our collective consciousness really embracing heritage, African, traditional, or any type of wisdom-based faith that can bring a connection to understanding nature. And this is the time for us to as a group, connect together, come to Olokun, receive the mysteries, receive the blessings, and put our power, our money, our wealth together so that we can leave a legacy for all children, to know that they have a valuable heritage, that they come from history that was, since the beginning of time, were able to create from just the genius of the mind, all of the things that we sometimes take for granted. And so that is, I am so excited about that, and that's why I asked Her Highness to be on the show, is to really share with us that potential for it. I am going to take a break right now and go into the chat room because we have questions. And what's the question being asked? With the question? Ask the question. Oh, they're on the phone? Okay. Caller, you're on the air. What is your question, please? Hello? You're on the air. 8505, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry, I had an issue. I'm trying to what it is that they have in Father tradition.
Could you speak a little louder, please? We cannot hear you.
Okay, I'm trying to put my ancestors and with the tradition and follow my divine purpose. And I'm just having some difficulties understanding exactly what to do for myself and my children. I know that my ancestors speak to me. They're always trying to get my permission in different ways. Sometimes the information becomes either overbearing or
And
I am looking for the divine guidance from them.
you're looking for divine guidance, you're saying?
Yes, I want to reconnect with my ancestors and do what I need to do. Not only myself, but also my children.
Okay, Yeyefini, would you like to answer that, or would you like me to answer it? This lady, this caller is asking, she wants to connect to her ancestors.
I was just trying a little bit, I can take it up. First, we are all spirits living human forms, and your ancestors try to speak with you. Like I said, we stand on the shoulder of our ancestors. They have the dual joint, but they don't have the body to access them. And so what they try to do is speak with us. And so if we are closer, they are able to direct us on the path that we should walk on. So I think first, what you need to do, I'm telling you to the caller now, what you need to do is to set up an altar, an ancestor altar.
I should.
With a picture of, I just have a picture of, yeah, give me the picture of your ancestors. You already have an altar? I mean, I do have certain things. I can't, like, leave food and stuff out because my husband doesn't believe. And, like, if I want to do certain things, anything that I have to do that way, I would have to have it, I would have to hide it or camouflage it. Because he doesn't believe, but I know what I know. And I know that you're terrible divine order. Something happened with my son last night that I feel deep down was divine order, and I'm just trying to make sense of it and to show him so that he will not sink any further into things that they would not want him to do. I mean, there'll come a time, there'll come a time where your husband starts thinking, about your life. It doesn't have anything to do with you being, disobedient to your husband, but you just have to find a way to keep to those paths, to constantly be in tune with the Spirit so that it can continue to guide you, direct your path. You must not go away from this. Find solitude, find moments where you are alone with the Spirit. Ask questions, because when you seek to find them, they're always there to answer you. And in time, your husband will come to realize that this is the part that he too needs to work on too. Like Mason says that African religions allowing God to go through you, that every thought becomes a prayer. And when you it's like when God brings you through. So you get to that point, your husband will realize it. But before then, you have to keep to this path. You have to find ways that you can be with the Spirit at all times. You cannot have a altar in your home because you will allow it. Find moments when you are alone. Yeah, find the strength when you are alone. Find moments, yeah. That's very important. When I see me, they will direct you. And in time, I do for you how to.
Ashe. Very good. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you, Yeyelua, for that very profound statement.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very
I
welcome.
really do appreciate it.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you. So as the Yeyelua says, every thought becomes a prayer. And so if your thought and your prayer is that one day your husband will be able to, or your family, or your parents, or whoever it is, because this goes across the board, who are thinking that you're crazy or that what you're doing is not balanced, then you find a way of always affirming that you're going to find it, that they are going to find the benefit of it, but don't try to speak them into it. You put that in your daily meditation. That is very, very powerful, that every thought becomes a prayer. And so find a way, as Yeyelua is saying, to find a way that when you're in private, to contact your ancestors. One of the things that I tell some of my students who, because in the West, it's very easy for people not to connect to their heritage and think that this is different from, that is negative. You can go sit at a tree, pour a libation, and call their names. And that is a way of also honoring your ancestors, that it doesn't have to be perhaps, somewhere in the home. So that was very, very, very profound. Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay. I will take this break right now to let everyone know the numbers to call in, for telling your friends and to call in. Our number is 310-742-1887, and press the number 1 if you're interested. 310-742-1887, and press the number 1 if you would like to ask a question. And at this time, as we're waiting to see if anyone is in the chat room, we have many people talking in the chat room, but no one wants to ask any questions. Let me take this little brief moment to give you some updates on some of the upcoming events from the Yeyefini.com world. So our next month's show, it's entitled, "Did you choose your children, or did they choose you?" Did you choose your children, or did they choose you? And that is a show that's going to be the first Sunday in December. And we're going to address when is it that you have children. I mean, when you have children, sometimes we are surprised, sometimes it's planned, but when the child comes, it's always at a time where it's going to infuse and influence the entire family. And so how to ready yourself to see in the moment what blessing or what things we need to address to move to the next level of our lives. And those are the gifts that the children bring. So we're going into great details with that. Definitely, we are looking forward to welcoming you to our fall semester for our mediumship training teleclass. Going to Yeyefini.com to sign up for our classes. The first class is November the 20th, and it's every month. And you can go to Yeyefini.com, and of course you see all of the information, sign up for the class, and then of course we have our wonderful retreat. After 7 months of this class, we will go into our annual retreat. We're also asking you to sign up for my for my newsletter at yeyefini.com, where once a month, on the first of the month, you will get a newsletter full of all types of information and teaching tools, gifts, offerings, offers, and just things to encourage us, and recipes and rituals and ceremonies to help us connect. This month, since we're honoring the Yeyolua and Olokun, look on yeyefini.com for our, we have a gift for those who have signed up to yeyefini.com's newsletter. We have an offer, special offer for the first 15 days for November. If you're interested in learning more on spirituality, heritage, Orisha, invest in, of course, our self-empowerment classes and our annual SEI retreat, where you can find solutions to some of the family issues or personal issues that seem to continuously face your family and generations of the past. This is a great time to sign up for it, as well as this is the end of the year, the last 2 months that we have to closing out 2016. This is a good time for you to look and kind of get an idea of some of the things that you had set for yourself at the beginning of the year. And if they did not happen, this is a time for you to perhaps try to shift your energy of feeling that, oh, I don't think it's going to happen. Perhaps you'll be able to do so. So later on the show, I'm going to give some tips and some ceremonies that you can do for Olokun to be able to tap into that essence of wealth, of secrecy, of mystery, and of power. So for now, these are a few of the announcements. I have some other announcements, but right now we have a caller. The number is 9681. You're on the air. Please call in as we share with our Yeye Olua Olori Wuriola. You're on the air, caller.
How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Yourself? I'm fine.
Alafia, do you have a question, please? Thank you for calling.
Yes. Thank you. This is Charlene Love, okay? I've known you since I was a baby. Anyway, my question is, could you speak on the power of femininity and women in Yoruba culture? Could you speak on power of femininity and women in Yoruba culture? And cultural tradition of Yoruba?
Thank you very much for the call. Yeyelua?
Yeah, okay. Okay. When I say about Yoruba culture, I would say the power of women in general. You know, I personally believe that women, we are a force of nature, because you put anything that can give birth from us as women in the world, people, men, women, everything. So women, we are a force of nature. In spirituality, the power of women, something that is not comparable to God. And if we cannot say in terms of Yoruba culture, because we have to look at humanity in general. So if we have to describe women, it's just one few words to say we are a force of nature as women. We have the power to create things. And that's why they say a house is not a home until a woman comes into it. She transforms everything into something that she gives birth. So spiritually, as a form of spirit, because we have instinct. say, we can't say Yoruba culture. We have to say, we have to look at humanity in general, mankind, how we are created. That's why when we were given the power, we were given the honor to be able to produce, to give back. So we are strong. If you can take over now.
Yes, definitely. No, that was the answer. We are a force of nature, and anyone that can give birth controls the world. Because without birthing, there is no world. And so that's why your statement that a house is not a home until there's a wife in it or there's a female, because we have the ability of going to that side of us that is deep doo-doo in the dark of the mysteries of life and of Olokun. So thank you. You did a phenomenal explanation. There's nothing left for me to say. I just repeated it so that anyone else didn't hear that it was said. So thank you. Thank you very much. That is really wonderful, because a woman can take, like you expressed once when I was in DC, I had the opportunity of hearing you speak, and the way that a woman gives her husband a glass of water can make the difference whether he's going to drink it or not. Yes, it depends on how she says, sweetie, would you drink this for me, please? That's the way a woman would do it. Or I think you need to drink this water because it's just so magnificent, versus here's a glass of water, it'll be good for you. So women, we have the essence, we have the energy and the ashe of just balancing the world that is external, which is the male, which is the expression of the physical self, and the women, of course, is the internal and the feminine side that gives us the ability to nurture, to dream, to have thoughts that are very connective to everything and to all, because we are the source, we are the form of community. So thank you, Osharemi. As Osharemi says, I've known Osharemi from before she was born. So thank you for calling in. Is there anyone else? I have a wonderful producer here that is doing a magnificent job, though we had a few little ins and outs. So I would like to go on now. We don't have another question. That was very powerful. Is anybody signing on, chatting? Okay, no questions. Okay. So everybody's just listening to this wonderful. Again, I must say I am so happy. Hello? Are you there? She's calling back. Okay. Yes, I am so happy. We're just saying how great we're doing it now.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized.
Yes.
Please try again.
So she'll call back in. This is just an amazing. I am so grateful and happy that we're able to have this conversation with Yeyefini, because she is so busy. Every day she's doing something. If it's not working with children organization and her new organization for the Queen of Yeyefini Foundation, and I'm looking forward to. She's having I think she said it was a show and a concert. I am looking forward to that. So for those of you who want to come with us to Yeyefini for the Olokun Festival, please let me know. You can reach me at yeyefini.com, or you can send me an email to yeyefini@bellsouth.net, or you can link me on Facebook, Yeyefini, or you can link me on Twitter or on Instagram. And so you'll be able to know exactly when the dates are, and I will be putting things up. And also look on my YouTube channel, because I will keep you abreast of it. It seemed like we've dropped the call from Nigeria. Maybe perhaps she'll call in again. So she will call in again. But I am so grateful that she took this time out to speak with us, an entire hour from her schedule. Because when I was there, her schedule is from sun up to sundown. It's always something, and she's always so passionate and compassionate and easy and loving. Just as beautiful as we see her on her pictures and her photos, she's strong, very, very strong, and to be in the presence of the Oni. I hope you will join it and know that Ila Ife is the source. Ila Ife is where life began. Ila Ife is the place where all connections to what we know as human being, as the heritage comes from. And our belief is that that's where we were, that's where the world was created. That's where human beings were created. And Oduduwa, the expression and the manifestation of the Oni is Oduduwa. And so to be in his presence, that in itself is just very, very humbling. Not only his height, and the Yeyefini is also tall, not just their stature, but to be in their essence, their energy, just to be in the room with them really fills us up with a sense of just being humble. They're very humble, and they put you in a place of you being graceful and humble. And their sense of humor is just amazing, and that tells a lot of their confidence and that they were born for this type of life. And all of us have that potential. All of us have the potential to when we walk into the room, everyone feels good. And that is when when we know what our purpose is, and when we know what our energy, why we were born, why we were sent on earth, what our names mean. That gives us and gives our children the understanding that all of us have the potential and the power to be great, to be kings, to be queens, to be leaders, and not followers and people who think that we're not smart enough, wealthy enough, or that we can never come together. This is our time, and as the Yeyefini said, it is not by chance. Olokun watched and waited, and this is the time for us to come together, for us to unite, and for us to come back home. Come back home to the understanding that we have a heritage. The heritage of humanity, the heritage of Ife, the heritage of just having the ability to be compassionate to each other and to shape this world to what it is that we know it can be. All of us wake up in the morning with the hope and intention of to live up to the best expression of ourselves. And the other little distractions and stuff that happens to us and for us, these two are just stimulation for us to always come back home, always get back to center, come back to the water, to the part of us that made us feel like when we were in our mother's womb, that we were secure, we were loved, and we were confident. And so those are the things that this healing for us, this massive healing. So just like all other cultures, go back to where it is. People in Islam go back to Mecca, correct? People in go back to Israel, to go back to your land, go back to the Holy Land, go back to our Holy Land as people of the African diaspora, or all of us really, because all of us are from Africa. Come back. Whatever your race is, your color, your creed, walk in Ila Ife where humanity was created, and you will feel that essence. I have felt it. It is just amazing. It's very humbling. There's so many shrines that the Yeyefini and the Oni have reopened and activated. Not that they were closed, but many of the shrines there that I went to, it was just amazing. They have spent so many hours and given employment to restart many of the shrines there. There's some shrines in the palace that is just amazing. I drank from one of them that the water is so clear. It is so clear, and it does not have a cover on the well. That is a sacred shrine. There are shrines where it just bubbles up out of the middle of nowhere. I went to the shrine where Olokun is born, and it's a pool. And in the center of the pool, you can just see the bubbles coming up. It is amazing. Amazing the many places that there are. There are trees that when you stand under them, you just feel the essence of the ancestors. When you just stand in some of the rivers, I went to the Oshun River and one of my trips to Africa, to Oshobo. Amazing. I walked in paths in places where the history and the tradition of our ancestors live so strongly that in that moment you think that you're living in 1700 Africa. The people, the smells, the camaraderie between the compound. It was amazing. Amazing. And so don't believe the thing that you hear that, oh, if you go to Africa, you're going to come back with this and you're going to come back with all types of diseases and that. We get the diseases here. We have, what is it, Zika, right here in Florida. So get your passport, get your visa, get your shots and the things that, and the reason for you taking the shots and that is because your body does not recognize and does not live from the understanding of what Africa was like before we made the transatlantic track over here. The world has changed. The germs and microbes that we have now in the world are different. So you're going to get your shots and you're going to get your malaria pills or whatever it is that's necessary. But don't make that a negative. Make it a positive to go to Africa. Everyone of African descent must step on the soil of Africa and take at least one of your children or your grandchildren. The Jews do it, the Muslims do it, the Chinese do it. Every culture take their children back to know what you come from. And so we owe it to ourselves. To ourselves is nothing else. So I'm going to take this time since we have disconnected with the Yeyefini. She'll come back again. But the words that she had and the power that she shared with us, it was just so enriching. I'm going to go on and see if there are any other callers and go on with some of the announcements that I had. For those of you who are interested in cleaning up and moving out, shifting energy from this year, I'm going to share some things with you in a few minutes. But also, this is a time that I go and get my reading to close out the year to see what things I need to change and to shift to move so that 2017 will greet me openly. And I know we have a different new year. Every culture, I think, has a different new year. But if you're living in the West and the calendar and your house has the calendar of the West, then I flow with that as well. And so you're going to take your time now and get a consultation, get a reading, get an astrology chart, get something that is going to help you know exactly what are you going out, what are you leaving, what are things you need to leave behind, what things you need to clear up, and what things you need to bring into 2017. So also, for those of you, people have been already emailing me and asking me about New Year consultations. You know that the New Year consultations, if you sign up in December, you run the chance and you have the chance of having your consultation done in January. If you wait till January to get a consultation from me from Yeyefini.com, you will not be able to get it until maybe February or March. So I recommend and I suggest to you to go on my website and see the consultation fees and the schedule. I do not have because I am going to be on tour for the next month, and so I don't have that you can make your own schedule. But if you send me an email to yeyefini@bellsouth.net and say I would like to have a consultation for the new year, you give me your name, your address, your mother's name, and I will stay in contact with you like that. Also, at this time, do we have anyone calling in? No, we don't have. We just have listeners. No one has raised their hands. Everyone is just listening. Now, as we close out the year, my recommendation, and of course, this is the time that we have the holidays and families coming together for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and for other holidays within this month, depending on your spiritual practice. This is a time for you to take stock into. When we come together with our families, relationship is the one tool that we have to build our character and to find hope, love, and camaraderie. And so relationship is like a jewel. It's always going to be the thing that takes us from not knowing what it is that we're supposed to be doing with ourselves to knowing that, okay, I don't need to do that anymore. And so to help us to move through this period of November and December, the holiday season, with more compassion and more self-love and more appreciation, and to lessen arguments. Because when families come together, sometimes the old wounds are scabs rip off from family issues, and sometimes we feel like we don't want to go to the holidays because it's going to bring up old wounds. I think that if we look at it from a perspective that if we go into visiting our families and reconnecting to relationships, assuming that they have not changed, and appreciating the essence and the energy and the work that each of us do to be able to evolve. And so when you come together with your family, this is a good time to just know, okay, we are going to assume that things have changed. We're not going to judge. We're not going to poke the finger. We're going to come and say that I am going to bring light into this room, not by bragging, but by just saying positive energy, positive things. If the person is still in a negative space, then just say love and light. Don't say, well, I'm going to pray for you, not that type of love and light, because that's not love and light. So for those of you, if you know that the situation may still be toxic, I recommend that you get lots of white flower baths. White flower baths is that's the go-to easy tool. You get some white flowers, you can go to my website, to my YouTube channel, Yeyefini, and you can see some of the different baths that we have. But the white flower baths, you're going to get white flowers, mums, carnations, roses, and you're going to get a bucket of water, and you're going to break off the flower petals, and you're going to call and infuse your ancestors, the name of your ancestors. And you're going to call and you're going to ask them to come and manifest their presence, because they're interested in your healing and your getting together with them and having a wonderful time. And so this is a wonderful time to take that, and then you're going to put in there, you can put some lavender essence or some Florida water or something that's going to be calming, not frankincense or myrrh oil, because those are harsh. Those are harsh for this type of bath. You can also add to it some efum, some cascarilla. You can also add to it some milk, and you can bathe with this. You can keep it in a big jug in the refrigerator and bathe with it periodically, or if you know you're getting ready to go into a toxic situation, you bathe in that, you bathe your children, and you bathe with that, and that shifts the energy from feeling that what you can't do to what is possible. Also, another ceremony is that you would do this at the ocean or the lake or the river, and you're going to dress in white, blue, or coral for Olokun, and you're going to sit and do a meditation and give an offering of gratitude and ask for family healing. You're going to then bring your family, the image of your family, in a big circle right there at the river. And in that circle, you are going to see the love and the light of a white light that's coming from above, just infusing them into peace. You're going to visualize them hugging each other and visualizing them healing and hugging and saying, "No, I've missed you. It's so nice to see you." And you do that at the river, the lake, or at the ocean. And give, also you can do that for personal relationships that are challenging or that need to go to another level. You can do that as well. Bring the person into a circle. You can draw a circle with white chalk in the visualization and put that person in front of you and send them nothing but love and light. There's another ceremony that I recommend sometimes to do if you have, and this one particularly is if you have tension with your mother or your father. And what you're going to do is you're going to visualize in a meditation. You're going to do this meditation for 21 days. And in the meditation, before you go to sleep, you're going to see your mother or your father, whichever parent that you're having a challenge with, sitting on your lap. And when they're sitting on your lap, you see them as your child. And then you cradle them in your arms and you kiss them and love them and tell them how much you love them as your child. The next night, you're going to see yourself sitting on their knee and then them hugging you and then telling you that. And you're going to go from one night to the next for 21 days. Trust me, by the time you see your parent, if you're having challenges with them, that energy will be shifted because you would have already spoken it into prayer. You would have already made it manifest. So when you show up, you are just showing up to finish and to close that prayer that you started. That's a very, very powerful one that I had to do a few years ago. Also, you can create the next ceremony is create a sacred space for Olokun in your home. And just as Yeyefini was saying, create a shrine for your ancestors. And if you have an altar for your ancestors, that's one of my teaching Tuesdays that I'm going to do. One of my viewers asked me if I could do a teaching Tuesday showing you how to set up an altar. So that's one of the teaching Tuesdays coming up, is to show you how to set up an ancestral set up an altar for Olokun. If you live close to the sea or a river or a stream, get a stone or 7 stones that water is running over it. And you're going to get that, and you're going to wash them off at the river and at the sea, and you're going to bring them home, and you are going to put them, you can put them in a container, a white container preferably, and sit them on a table, and you're going to put things that come from the sea, things that such as cowrie shells or corals or starfish or shells and all types of things that we can get that represents the ocean. And you can put that into a big bowl and make an Olokun. You can make you can put the shells on the bottom and the stones on the top, and you can have some water in there. So you're making your miniature sea or ocean to our great, great mother. And so on there, you can put a candle, 7-day candle, and whenever you do your meditation to Olokun, you light the candle. When you're away, you put it out, and you come back again to start it up. And then you're going to pray there. You're going to visualize you in the arms of the Divine Mother Olokun since the beginning of time that you have been in water. And so bring that essence of healing to your home. I would suggest to you that you change the water every week to put in fresh water, and if you have access to seawater, you can add some seawater to it. That's a nice way of creating a little space for Olokun. You can embellish it in whichever way that you want. Some people I've seen have mermaids on it and dolphins and large fish. It's believed that those are the children of Olokun, the manifestation of Olokun. And there you will be able to also put cowries. Your cowries represent money. Put some coins on there as well. And so those are rituals or ceremonies that during this time for Olokun that we can use to shift the energy as the year is going out and as we're coming close to our relatives. Also, in keeping mindful of what is important, as the Yeyolu are saying, is that your spirit tells you what is yours and what is not yours. And so let's connect during this time, not just shopping for things that you think the other person is going to be happy that you gave them, but create things that your family know that you thought about them. Simple things like looking at an old picture that you had of them when they were children and you shared it and you felt going to buy a nice frame, or either get a simple frame and add some things to it, some shells to it, like you used to do when you were in the 4th grade. Add those things. They're not going to say, look at this junk she brought me. They're going to be like, wow, I remember that picture. That brings me back, and then you're able to talk about it. Also, this is a great time when we gather together, put on the walls the pictures of your ancestors. That's ancestral communication. And you put a little altar, and you're going to put the pictures on the wall over the fireplace or somewhere that when people come in, they can say, oh, who is that? And you can talk about them, and in talking about them, they're bringing them back to life. So that's a nice way of opening up. Put some flowers there so people can say, oh my God, this is such a beautiful energy. We feel so calm. And who's the man over here? And who's here? And that gives you an opportunity to speak about your ancestors. And so that's an ancestral altar or an ancestor shrine to give you the opportunity to really remember and connect to your ancestors. So those are ceremonies and rituals that I would suggest this time of year, where some of the old pain and some of the unresolved issues with our families can come to really. And then also, I want to add here that you have to be honest with yourself. And if in your spirit you feel like that is not something you want to do, then it's okay, because remember, you have choice. And the ultimate decision of everything that you do is you. You have to love yourself enough and give yourself permission to be healed and give yourself permission to love yourself. And so if you feel that going into that space is going to violate your space and it's going to bring disrespect, then choose not to go. But make sure that not going is something that you know you feel very, very strong and very loving about it. Now, I'm not going because I know it's going to start some stuff. No, you're not going because you know that where you are in your spirit, you're not willing to allow something else, or you're not in a place where you can allow or welcome that energy. So it's okay for you to choose not to go. But remember, in choosing that, choose it from a place of really compassion and knowing that it is the best thing for you and for them. And so, with that being said, those are the ceremonies that I would recommend to you to set up for this season. The other altars that we will be setting up is where you get a table and you cover it with white and you put the names of your ancestors and a large container of water, like a brandy snifter, and that's a nice place for you to connect to your ancestors. And your ancestors know that this is a place that you come together, and that when you cook your grandma's cornbread, you make you think about it, or when you cook your grandma's collard greens, or your grandpa has his favorite pipe there, you remember him. Put those things there, because those are connections. They still have their essence. They still have their energy, and so you can bring them back to life for you, as well as for the entire family. And teach our children the history of who and each person. This is a good time to just bring out the family album and take it with you to family events. And you may have to choose only the ones of the happy ones, because it may get kind of tricky. But bring them out, and this is a time to reconnect with them. And so, in closing here, we just want to always say thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you for allowing me to be in your space and for continuously supporting my work. I am very encouraged, very humbled by the amount of people who have emailed me and given me testimonials of how the work that I do and the things that I try to do in my life and I share with you on all media, of how I find a sense of grace and peace. Sometimes the best way to find grace and peace is not to say anything. It's to just disconnect and give everything and everyone the opportunity to grow and to heal. So silence sometimes is the best medicine. But for those of you who find challenging during this time, my prayer is that you will find a connection and to find your light and to know that everything that you do makes a difference. Everything that you do for yourself, and when you walk into the room, you make a difference. A young man sent me, and I'm going to put it up on my website, a testimonial, and he asked me to share it. I asked him if it was okay, and he said yes. He wrote me a testimonial telling me that he has been following my YouTube channel for a long time, for many years, and that he follows my Teaching Tuesdays, and when I was doing Meaningful Mondays, and he said that you have no idea how you have saved my life, and I was like, oh boy. He said that when he was in Afghanistan, in the war, that he would go back at the end of the day and go to the YouTube channel and see what it is that I was saying. And he said sometimes he would have to stand in a line to get the bottled water to make the baths that I said that you could make for peace and to find to shift your energy. And he said that he used to look forward to it, and he made the baths, and they made such a difference. And since he just came back from Afghanistan last month, he said he wanted